Bush, and I'm here today with my roommate, my best friend, and Old Dominion rugby superstar, Nate Larson. Would you like to say hey to your fans, Nate?
Fans, hello.
So Nate is a senior here at ODU, like myself. He's studying business management, so he's constantly balancing that with being a student, a rugby player, and also a job. He's been part of the rugby team since his freshman year, right?
Correct.
And that has introduced him to many different people and experiences. So today I'm going to ask him about how he got introduced to rugby, how he balances that with school, and what the whole rugby experience means to him. Thank you, Nate, for being with all of us today.
No problem, my pleasure.
So we'll start off with how did you first get into rugby?
My first semester here, freshman year, my good friend Evan McLeod, my sweet mate, he started playing rugby. And I just started going to all the games, and I was hanging out with him a lot. So I was hanging out at the house with all the guys, and I was just around the sport all the time. And I was really looking to get into something here at school because I wasn't a part of any clubs or anything like that. And I fell right into it and started my second semester.
All right. So no turning back from there. So rugby is a very different sport. Many people don't know much about it. It has a lot of rules that are hard to understand. So, when you were first introduced to it, what was the learning curve like for you?
It was pretty difficult. I've been playing a number of sports since I could walk, but this is one that I had nothing about. I knew nothing about. I didn't know any of the rules or anything, and my first practice I went out to, I didn't even know any of the basic concepts or anything, so it was difficult to learn some of the rules, and it was a very gradual process that took me some time, but honestly, the best way for me to learn was just jumping in there and going with it and learning and watching the other more experienced players, seeing how they
Having fun.
Yeah.
All right, so tell us some about your teammates and coaches that rugby has introduced to you.
I've been introduced to a lot of people through rugby. Our coach, one of our coaches, Henny Van Ziel, he's actually from South Africa, and he played professional rugby in South Africa for a long number of years. So then our other coach, Mike Herron, he played in the U.S. for 20 some odd years. So we've just been able to meet a lot of people that are really experienced and influential in the game of rugby, and that's just aside from the number of brothers and friends I've made here on the team that go to school as well.
Yeah, and I've met a lot of the rugby players as well. There's some great guys. So now, being in college, we often hear the term student athlete a lot. And rugby is a club sport. It's not funded by the school. So, how do you think that the term student athlete relates to you as a club athlete?
I think it pertains to us just as much as it does to varsity sports, honestly. I mean, we're still expected to make it to practice every day, or that'll obviously affect how you play or if you get to play at all on the weekends. And it's difficult to try to balance out your studies and having to go to work and still wanting to make it to practice every day for your teammates.
Mm-hmm.
We're still expected to maintain a high grade level. You can't play in the playoffs or in any games for that matter if your GPA falls below, I'm not sure what it is exactly, but it still needs to be a high level.
C average, probably.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll wrap it up with this one last question. When you step back and take a look at your past 4 years as a member of the rugby club team, what does that mean to you? That's a broad question.
It is, but rugby honestly has become one of the most important aspects of my college life because I'm not involved in many clubs or anything like that, so having this rugby be a part of my everyday activities helps me, part of my escape from the everyday grind of the studies and the work and all of that, and it's been great. I've met some of the best friends, some of the best guys I've ever met in my life through the team, and honestly, I moved a far way from home to come to school here, and I just found a group of brothers that I just never expected to.
Yeah.
I'm pretty grateful for that.
Definitely.
Thankful.
Good stuff.
For sure.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap it up for us. Hopefully, it generate a little bit of interest in rugby because there's a it's a great sport.
Come on out.
Yeah. So thank you, Nate,
No
for
problem.
joining us today.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
That's gonna be it for us.